Hey everyone, MZCarClub, meet the 2026 Pontiac Firebird, a bold, borderline mythic reimagining of a muscle car legend that, whether you treat it as confirmed product or fever dream concept, has already set the internet abuzz. Right away, important context as of the latest industry signals the idea of a modern Pontiac revival is fueled by renewed trademarks and a wave of enthusiast renders and speculative pages, but there is no single, universally authoritative press release from General Motors declaring a full production return. Many of the widely circulated specs and pictures are either early leaks, enthusiast concept work, or reporting from smaller outlets that synthesize rumor and analysis. Walk up to the Firebird and the first thing that hits you is the design language, sculpted, aggressive, and unapologetically retro in its cues yet thoroughly modern in execution. Think a wide, planted stance, pronounced haunches over the rear wheels, and a front fascia that borrows the iconic split-grille spirit of old Firebirds but translates it into a single, menacing mouth with narrow LED signature lighting. Designers have leaned into muscular surfaces, a long hood with purposeful vents, a fastback roofline that flows into a short rear deck, and rear light bars that call back to the classic Toranac/Trans Am era while using modern pixel LED technology. Many renderings add functional aerodynamic elements, an integrated front splitter, active grille shutters, and a rear diffuser, hinting that this will be as much about downforce and thermal management as it is about nostalgia. Inside, the 2026 Firebird is imagined to balance driver focus with premium touches. Expect a cockpit that hugs the driver, a low seating position, thick bolstered sport seats with classic Firebird embossing, and a minimalist center console that puts the shifter and drive mode controls within easy reach. Digital instrumentation is paired with analog accents, physical toggle switches, a metal-rimmed rotary for drive mode selection, and a narrow, heads-up display that projects key data without breaking the classic silhouette. Materials are described in leaks and concept write-ups as a mix of soft-touch leathers, Alcantara inserts, and contrasting carbon or brushed aluminum trim, aiming to satisfy both purists who love analog feedback and modern buyers who expect connectivity and comfort. Ambient lighting and a high-end audio system close the gap between weekend warrior sports car and daily driver refinement. Under the skin is where the line between fan wishful thinking and credible rumor gets blurrier. Multiple outlets and concept pages have circulated engine lineups that range from a high-output twin-turbo V6 to blast from the past V8s. Some speculative write-ups even point to hybrid augmented V8 options delivering supercar-level horsepower. A commonly repeated scenario positions a turbocharged 3.0-liter V6 as the base engine, roughly in the 400 to 450 horsepower band, with an available supercharged V8 or hybrid boosted V8 for Halo models pushing 700 to 850 horsepower, enabling 0 to 60 times in the low 3-second range for the top variants. What's credible here is the broad strategy. A modern revival would almost certainly offer multiple powertrains to span price points and regulatory needs, keeping a rear-wheel drive character with advanced electronic controls and adaptive suspensions to deliver both straight-line brutality and surprising composure in corners. Treat individual displacement and output numbers as provisional until an OEM specification sheet appears. Performance hardware, according to the more detailed rumor pieces, would pair these engines with modern transmissions, 8 or 10-speed automatics and a precision manual for purists on certain trims, torque vectoring, Brembo or equivalent multi-piston calipers, and an adaptive damping system tuned to deliver both track day discipline and comfortable highway cruising. Chassis stiffness is emphasized in concept talk, with lightweight materials, aluminum subframes, selective composites, aimed at improving handling without evaporating the car's accessible nature. In short, the driving experience is pitched as a contemporary muscle car thesis, classic straight-line aggression married to nuanced, technology-assisted handling. Safety and modern driver aids are expected to be comprehensive. Rumored features include all the standard active safety systems buyers now expect: lane keep assist, adaptive cruise control with stop and go, automatic emergency braking, blind spot monitoring, and configurable stability/traction controls with sport and track modes. Build quality and crashworthiness will depend on the final platform. If the Firebird shares underpinnings with other GM rear drive architectures, expect structural engineering that satisfies global crash standards while accommodating the performance hardware under the hood. Again, many specifics come from secondary reporting rather than OEM documentation, so treat the exact feature set as provisional. Pricing is another area awash in educated guesses. Several sites that compile early specs place a base model in the competitive mid-$40K to mid-$50K range for a turbo V6 Firebird, with higher trim Trans Am/TA or limited run models climbing into the $70,000 to $120,000 territory depending on powertrain and options. That pricing strategy would put the Firebird squarely against contemporary performance coupes and muscle car rivals, offering accessible entry points while preserving halo variants that capture attention and margin. Be cautious, speculative sticker figures are often optimistic and vary widely between outlets. So who should consider the 2026 Firebird? Enthusiasts craving a modern muscle car with a strong design identity will be the primary audience. The car is being positioned as a cultural wink to the past, a way for buyers to own something that nods to the original Firebird lineage while delivering modern conveniences, safety, and performance. If Pontiac returns as a niche performance mark within GM's portfolio or as a sub-brand, expect limited production runs, special editions, and heavy engagement with the enthusiast community through track events and heritage tie-ins. Museums and shows are already celebrating Pontiac's history, underscoring the appetite for revival. Finally, a reality check. The chatter around a 2026 Firebird mixes trademark moves, enthusiastic design work, smaller outlets reporting, and social media hype, a fertile environment for hopes to outpace hard facts. GM's trademark activity and videos have kept the possibility alive, but renewals and hints are not the same as a confirmed production program. They simply tell us the company is keeping options open and that demand exists among fans. Until GM issues formal specifications, pricing, and production plans, treat many of the detailed claims, exact horsepower figures, final pricing, and precise feature lists as well-sourced rumor rather than confirmed product. Overall, whether the 2026 Pontiac Firebird turns out to be a limited run of heritage models, a full-scale brand reboot, or a collection of fan dreams and prototype teasers, the conversation itself signals something important. Pontiac's muscle car DNA still resonates. If executed with a balance of authentic design, modern engineering, and realistic pricing, a 2026 Firebird could be the rare revival that satisfies both collectors and new buyers. But for now, enjoy the renders, follow credible reporting, and hold off definitive conclusions until an OEM reveal lands. If you want, I can turn this into a 150-second video script, a thumbnail idea, or 5 catchy YouTube titles tailored for your MZCarClub channel. Which would you like next?